boys and girls. It's another episode for our Chocolate Touch. We're on Chapter 6 today. Today is very special. You'll probably see I'm not at my house. It's because I'm at a guest reader's house, so I know you guys have been waiting to hear who it is, right? Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to start by telling you what the assignment is and reading a few poems, and then I'm going to have our guest reader come in. They're going to read Chapter 6, and then they're going to finish the 2 poems. So if you have your poetry books, it's the one that says, My Robot, the Deadly Eye, and then on the other side it says Haunted and Mr. Moody. Okay? So, who do I see out there today? Malachi! Hi Malachi, how are you? And Nathan, Gavin, Emily's always out there watching our episodes, so hello to all of you. So we're going to be doing Chapter 6 today in your booklet. So today's skill is context clues. There's going to be 3 words that our guest reader will be reading in the chapter, and you're going to use context clues to figure out what those words mean. So those are just hints in the story that help you figure out the meaning of new vocabulary. So as you read, use the clues to define the word for you. So the first one is demanded. It's going to be on page 65, and all you have to do is in your own words tell me what you think demanded means. Then it'll be, ooh, I can't even see that, scorned. Ooh, that's a good one. Scorned, page 66. And a really big word, reproachfully, page 68, reproachfully. So if you miss it and you have to go back in the story to reread it to figure it out, the page numbers are right there. Okay, so Madison, do you have your poetry out? Okay, my robot. I told my robot to do my bidding. He yawned and said, you must be kidding. I told my robot to cook me a stew. He said, I got better things to do. I told my robot to sweep my shack. He said, you want me to strain my back? I told my robot to answer the phone. He said, I must make some calls of my own. I told my robot to brew me some tea. He said, why don't you make tea for me? I told my robot to boil me an egg. He said, first, let me hear you beg. I told my robot, there's a song you can play me. He said, how much you gonna pay me? So I sold that robot because I never knew exactly who belonged to who. And the next one is the deadly eye. Ooh, that's spooky. It's the deadly eye of Poogly Pie. Look away, as you walk by, 'cause whoever looks right at it surely will die. It's a good thing you didn't. You did. Goodbye. Okay, so boys and girls, ready for our guest reader? Hi guys. She's going to read Chapter 6 to you, and then The Haunted and Mr. Moody.
Okay.
Flips upside down.
Tricky. I hope you guys are ready for that.
I think they are. Okay, boys and girls, be good. Haha, just kidding.
Okay, guys, Chapter 6. I hope you're ready. When the others had been excused to go out for mid-morning play, John had to go and stand by Miss Plimsoll's desk. John, Miss Plimsoll said, you mustn't make up silly stories to excuse your failures. I must have the truth. What did you do with your pencil? This is it, John said, showing Miss Plimsoll the pointed stick of chocolate. Really it is. It's changed. What do you mean it's changed? Miss Plimsoll demanded. That's my pencil, John tried to explain. Only it isn't the same anymore. Nothing stays the same today if I put it into my mouth. The same thing happened when I chewed my gloves. They were chocolate too. John, said Miss Plimsoll slowly, do you feel all right? Yes, thank you, John said. I feel all right, except, he added, I'm getting so thirsty. The water from the water fountain turned to chocolate, and so did the water upstairs. I would like a drink of cold water. Yes, John, Miss Plimsoll said. She suddenly looked pale. You run out and play with the others. I'm going to have a talk with the nurse. John, Miss Plimsoll said, as he started toward the classroom door, here's another pencil. Be a good boy and try not to lose it. I'm afraid I'll have to keep this piece of chocolate until school's out. You know we don't allow anyone to eat candy in class. Miss Plimsoll put the slightly chewed chocolate pencil in her desk drawer, and John went out to look for Susan. He found her skipping rope with 2 girls in his class. John usually scorned skipping rope. He preferred hide and seek, tag, FBI, and spies, kick the can, or any other good exciting game. Jumping up and down in one place just to avoid being hit by a rope seemed silly to him, but he was sorry for having spoiled Susan's silver dollar, and he was willing to make a sacrifice. "Susan," he said. Susan continued to bounce on one foot as her two friends swung the rope over and under, over and under, over and under her. She didn't seem to notice John. "I'll skip with you," he offered. Susan stopped and the rope was caught by her shins. "Let's try doubles, backwards," she said, but not to John. She ignored John. "You go first, Betty. Ellen, you go second. I'll go last. The one who does it the most times gets the first slice of my birthday cake." Susan looked at John, raised her eyebrows, shut her eyes, and stuck out the tip of her pink tongue. Then she turned back to the girls and smiled. Ellen whispered in Betty's ear, and Betty whispered in Susan's ear. Then all three of them looked at John and at each other again and burst out laughing. "Oh, Susan," John protested. "I didn't mean to do it. The trouble is, there's something magic about me today. Everything I put into my mouth turns to chocolate." The girls giggled. "You wouldn't like it," said John, who was beginning to feel sorrier for himself than he had ever felt before. "I think it's getting worse," he said reproachfully. At first, just the part in my mouth turned to chocolate, but when I nibbled the end of my pencil, the whole pencil changed." "Phew," Susan said. The others hooted with glee. "Maybe I'll get sick and die," John warned. "Maybe I'll turn to chocolate myself, and then you'll be sorry." "I don't believe one word about the chocolate," Susan said. "And if it was true, you'd be glad, because all you'd ever like eating is chocolate." "If you don't believe me," John retorted, "just you give me that skipping rope and I'll prove it." The girls looked questioningly at each other for an instant, but as they hesitated, the bell rang and it was time to go back to the classroom. The rest of the morning passed slowly for John. He was afraid that his mother was going to be cross about the missing gloves. She might not accept the excuse that he had eaten them. He regretted his messed up arithmetic test. He was sad about Susan's anger and disbelief, and he was getting terribly thirsty. Once during geography and once during art, he was excused to get a drink of water. Both times, however, he swallowed nothing but sweet chocolate. His mouth was getting stickier and sweeter and drier by the minute. Oh my goodness, chocolate, chocolate everywhere. I like some chocolate. Okay, boys and girls, I enjoyed reading the book to you today. I wonder if you're going to have another mystery reader one of these days.
Not me.
So now we are going to read these last two poems, and we're going to start with Haunted. Oh, I hope it's not too scary. Are you guys ready?
Boo!
I dare you all to go into the haunted house on Howland Hill, where squiggly things with yellow eyes peek past the wormy windowsill. We'll creep into the moonlit yard, where weeds reach out like fingers, and through the rotted old front door, a squeaking on its hinges, down the dark and whispering hall, past the musty study, up the winding staircase. Don't step on the step that's bloody. Through the secret panel to the bedroom where we'll slide in, to the ragged, cobweb, dusty bed 10 people must have died in. And the bats will screech, and the spirits will scream, and the thunder will crash like a horrible dream, and we'll sing with zombies and dance with the dead, and howl at the ghost with the axe in his head. And, come to think of it, what do you say? We go get some ice cream instead. And now we have Mr. Moody, and here we see old Mr. Moody wearing such a gloomy frown. But turn him upside down and see Mr. Moody upside down. What did you expect? Okay, are you going to have some ending words here,
Well,
Mrs. Watson?
I just want to say thank you to Mrs. Clemens for coming in and spending our summer a little bit with us. So keep reading, boys and girls. I do have a few other guest readers coming in too. So goodbye until next time.
Bye.